Hi, everybody, and welcome to this very special dose of Dr.
E
and Dr. P. Here we are at Steve's house, and we're doing a little vacation. Why? Because today's dose is about taking a pump vacation. So first, we're going to tell you about why you might take a little vacation from your pump, and then we're going to talk about how you can actually do that. So first of all, why you might take a vacation. Well, there's two types of vacations from a pump. One is when you weren't planning for it all, and the other is when you actually plan for it and actually go on a fun vacation. So let's talk about not planned. What might happen that somebody has to take a vacation?
I got two reasons.
Okay.
Your pump goes down and you got a call and they have to ship you another one. And that may take up to a week. And you got to know your settings in your pump. The other is not really a joke, but they don't allow pumps when you're in prison. And if you get incarcerated,
Does that happen to your patients a lot?
Yeah, I work in La Jolla.
Well, hopefully it's the first reason. And if you're sitting there thinking, I'm on a pump, and if my pump broke right now, I would have no idea what to do. It's actually not okay. It's dangerous. You need to always have basal insulin with you. You need to know what your dose of basal insulin is.
Yeah.
So you can transition without calling anybody, have everything kind of, your supplies handy. And we're going to talk about specifically how to do that.
Thank goodness it doesn't happen very often. That's why most people are ill prepared.
But I still get calls all the time from people who've had type 1 40 years. They don't know how to do this. Now, the second one is a little bit more fun. I'm going on vacation. I did this not that long ago when I went to Hawaii. Somebody has to do it, right? And I actually decided to take off my pump, go on shots because I like to be in the water. And Hey, Michelle, what are you doing in our dose?
Oh, I'm getting ready to go one.
Oh, all right. See you there.
Should do anything to
I guess. Well,
on the camera.
Anyways, if you haven't heard about ONE, it's a really cool conference. It's coming up August 16th weekend, 16th to 18th, for people with type 1 and their loved ones at the Paradise Point here in San Diego. Fun talks, hanging out at the bar. Eric's got a band there. It's a super cool vibe. Please check it out on the website, TCOYD.org, and register.
And it's at Paradise Point where there's a pool. You're close to the ocean, so it might be a good time.
That's exactly the point. So when I go to Paradise Point, I'm going to plan on taking off my
He takes
pump.
off everything.
And do my basal insulin. So how would you do that? Okay, so if you are on a pump, you need to know, and this is actually what you should ask your provider, what your dose of basal insulin is. And you should have a backup pen at all times. Lantus, Tresiba, Toujeo, something like that. And once you know your dose, what do you tell people when to take their basal and when to take off their pump?
Yeah, it takes a couple hours for your basal insulin to kick in. So I have them continue their pump take their shot of basal, wait 2 or 3 hours, then they can take off their pump. And then when they put it back on, it doesn't matter.
So you can get in trouble if you just take your basal insulin and take off your pump, because like Steve said, it takes a while to kick in. And it actually can take 2 or 3 days for that basal insulin to get to steady state. So you might notice for the first day or two of not wearing your pump, your blood sugar is a little bit higher, and you have to take a little bit more kind of correction to keep it in check.
Yeah, if it's a short vacation, I recommend Lantus, and if it's a longer one, Toujeo or Tresiba is great. And the other thing is, if you're on a hybrid closed loop system, you just got to go back and look at your average basal dose, because you're going to miss your control on vacation, but it's a small price to pay for just being free.
So then on the other side, you come back home, I want to put my pump back on. Well, you basically put it back on at the time that you would take your basal insulin. So let's say you were taking it 6 p.m. every day, you'd at 6 p.m. one day, the next day at 6 p.m., you'd put your pump back on, and you should be cruising after that.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
It really is pretty easy, and actually people should just do it, even if they're not going on vacation, just to see if they can.
Well, you do it all the time when you go to Hawaii.
I know, I do. So anyways, with that, cheers. I don't know why I got this giant drink and you got this other one, but thanks for listening. Hope to see you guys at ONE or on some other vacation.
We'll see you in Hawaii too.